Good evening.
Hi everyone.
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. Is your audio
Uh,
working?
yeah, I mean, what is
Thank you, people out in. Good Lord. Okay, okay. Now you should be able to hear. Oh my God.
Yes.
Hi, Mr.
right?
Pink, otherwise known as Modern Synthesis. And if you're still here, it's because you're a true fan who knows that I regularly screw all this shit up. I haven't streamed in a while, and like I just spent a long time saying to only my co-hosts, mostly my fault because of like health stuff going on or whatever. I'm glad to be here this evening with Kajan, with Will, TacticalDBag, with Shane, VoicesOnSilent. Thank you all for joining me once again.
Ditto.
Yeah.
And thank you, Radon, for joining us as well. Will, did you have YouTube open? Is that how you knew the audio wasn't working?
I tend to turn the YouTube audio off. That was Shane who seemed
Oh,
to
whoops.
be
Thank
aware
you.
of that.
Yeah, I
Sad,
just
the
had the
sad
audio
thing,
on. I didn't hear anything.
the sad thing is, I usually have it on at the start of it, and
Yes.
I heard my reply over the stream, and I was
And
like,
you're
"Oh,
like, I'm
okay,
good.
audio's fine." And
Yeah, that was my audio because like I was saying before we started streaming, I have been canceling the stream more than running it, and my settings were all messed up. So sorry about that. Radon's used to it. Oh, Eric's here. Hi, Eric.
Hey,
Hey,
people.
otherwise known as between the part of 1/3 of Between the Bolter and Me.
Oh, Eric.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was saying I have a bevy of boxes here that we can open, but there's one that I definitely want to start with. And then we can go from there. Also, I want to hear whatever Shane wants to share about his adventures in New Zealand, because that's a place I would love to go one day. But
Oh, it was awesome.
good. Let's start with Will. Will, how has your hobby life been of late?
Semi non-existent because November, especially since the holidays are kicking in with Thanksgiving being around the corner and everything. My basically as soon as like November hits, which is unfortunate because it coincides with mid-November, and I always want to participate, but then I always have like an exceedingly not amount of time of it. I have not had a lot of hobbying time, to be honest, for hobby. But have been getting on some sculpting and working on some projects that have been kind of uh, sitting around doing a little bit of sculpting here and there, and
Good.
remembering that like how much sculpting is kind of a pain and very, very, very iterative process.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Mostly
Cool.
busy with real world.
Yep. Awesome. Yeah, I was happy to see you getting back to work on your Tran effects. It is a Tran effects, right?
I will run it as a Tyrannofex eventually, just because that seems to be the closest, real game thing. I say this as if I play the game, so
Dude, I do it too. I make something, I'm like, I'm going to use the rules for. I never play.
Yeah, but if it ever comes up, that's definitely how I'm gonna run
covered.
it.
Who
Yeah.
plays Warhammer?
Not us, certainly. But yeah. Yeah, I'm totally with you on that. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make this cool thing. Like, I've got this like crazy screamer killer that I got from Alaskan Pete tattoos, and I'm gonna use this as I'll probably use it as an old one eye, you know, because it's so big. Like I don't play the game. I don't need to know what to use models as, but I do still think about it from time to time and have an answer in my head. All right, thanks for the update. Kajan, what has your hobby life been like lately?
Yeah, my hobby life was interesting. Discouraging is probably a good
That's not great.
good adjective. To my shame, I have to admit I got scammed
No.
before November. I was on Instagram and was browsing Instagram for Tyranid models, and then an advert showed up for a shop that I know, that I
Yeah.
knew of, and they was big, like big Christmas, pre-Christmas sale, pre-Black Friday sale type thing, and I was like, oh, that's great. We have this kitbox challenge thing, and so I clicked on it, and the website looked like the website and everything, and I was like, oh, great, they have a promotion, 90% off of this big non-assimilator. Great stuff.
90%?
Yeah, only while stock lasts, and
Sounds a little too good to be true.
Yeah, it was. The problem is they only listed having 10 pieces.
Yeah.
It was just low enough that I thought, okay, it's too good to be true, but the quantity they are offering is just in that marketing bust thingy. And so I ordered stuff from them. Yeah. And when I went back 2 days later, this time I didn't use the link from from Instagram, obviously, and they ran a big banner across the site and saying, hey, if you bought stuff, we can't help you.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah. And
You up in a dispute with your credit card company?
yeah, that's I took screenshots and everything, and I took screenshots of the fake website. Luckily, I saved the website to go. I have the thing where I save websites like that when I do order something to keep me reminded that I have ordered something.
Smart.
And so I went through that link and saw that it was a different URL, and I don't know what I thought at that day. It's entirely on me, but it was
Well, no, but like if
just
you're like if they do a really good job of like parodying the website or faking it, they can totally
it
get you. Like if
was
I clicked through to something that I thought was Fenris Workshop and it looked like Fenris Workshop, I wouldn't be like, I'm going to I've never checked the URL. Like I should, but I have never.
it was like that. They copied the website, everything, banner and everything and stuff. And yeah, but to keep this long story short, it resulted in me not getting anything for November.
Damn. You mean you
How
don't
does
have a bunch of stuff sitting around like I do that you could be working on?
Not. I mean, yeah, I have stuff. I mean, right now I'm working, trying my hand on some root type thing that I want to try to imitate sculpting. I've this root thingy which is breaking apart, unfortunately, and I can't use it on a base. So I'm trying to sculpt something like that. But
Yeah.
so yeah, I have stuff to work on, but it also kind of robbed me of the desire to do hobby, because negative experience and stuff like that, and it's always reminded me. Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, that was my hobby experience of the last 3 weeks, something like that.
Oh, gee, that's a shitty experience. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But like honestly, like
Yeah.
don't beat yourself up, because like I could have easily gotten taken with that as well. Because I never check the URLs. And I guess this is a helpful tip to people, that you should always check the URLs, even if you think you're going to your hobby shop of choice. Because
Yeah. It's uncanny how much they copied. I mean, they copied the entire website. Like you could click on every link. I mean, I didn't just order that one thing. I
Yeah.
mean, I went in there. Okay, they have a great offer. So let's round it up to a nice round sum, and I ordered stuff. I basically blew my budget on their on their Christmas sale, more or less.
Oh,
What I thought was a Christmas sale.
Yeah.
And the website itself worked. I mean, I went through. I checked Age of Sigmar models. I checked out their Tyranid models. I checked out their Eldari models, and yeah, it was working. The website was working. That's the
I guess they
terrible
just
thing.
cloned the whole thing.
Yeah, they
Like there's some
cloned the whole
security thing
website.
on the actual website that wasn't up to date, so they just like cloned the whole and caboodle.
That's the terrible part. We in Germany has a trusted web shop badge type thingy,
Yeah.
which are on websites, which tells you that's a trusted shop, and that's something I usually check.
Mm-hmm.
And I checked this time; it was there.
Mhm.
It listed when I fell for it. It listed the trusted shop. It showed a trusted shop, but that was gone by the time I returned.
Yes, that can be spoofed as
So
well.
yeah, I have no idea how they spoofed it or how they did it, but yeah. Anyway,
Sorry, dude.
That-
That really sucks.
yeah, it's one of those situations where you think it's never going to happen to you, because you do all those steps, and then you realize, okay, you should do more steps.
Yeah. Sucks. Shane, do you have better news about your hobby of late?
I guess no hobby is better than being
Than being
scammed. So yeah.
Good point. Good point. I would rather have no hobby than be scammed.
I've done like, I resculpted some head ridges that I wasn't happy with. I think that's about
That's
all I've done
hobby.
in the past, like since I got back from New Zealand, because got back from New Zealand and everything kind of fell apart.
What? No. What?
Like it was like so much fun, and then it
Wait,
was
tell
like
me the good shit about New
reality
Zealand first.
came in with the pimp slap and was just like, nah, that's not reality. This is reality.
Can you tell me
So,
about the
yeah,
good stuff?
well, the good stuff was all the trip was incredible.
Yeah.
For those who aren't aware, I got married on the 5th of October, and
Congratulations
my wife and I
again.
went on our honeymoon
Yeah,
to New
congratulations.
Zealand, and yeah, we basically made it a gigantic road trip. We drove from Auckland all the way down to Queenstown, which is in the South Island, and then we drove all the way back up from basically did the east coast of New Zealand all the way down, and then the west coast of New Zealand all the way up.
Whoa.
Saw a ton of really cool stuff. I mean, shoot, where to start? I mean, it was like a 12-day journey, and we did so much. It's hard to like collate everything.
You went to Weta. Tell me about Weta.
Weta was super cool. My only complaint about Weta,
Yeah.
and the exhibits and getting to see like the screen used props for the Lord of the Rings, and I got to touch the screen used Sauron armor, which
Whoa.
was awesome. We were watching the Lord of the Rings on the flight back, and I was like, when Sauron came on screen, I was like, I touched him. So that was super
Okay.
cool. But the only thing I didn't.
Importantly, though, Did you see the screen used helmet that Aragorn kicked that broke his toe?
Oh,
Did not see that. Although there was a ton of like see, I would have loved to take pictures, but that was my one complaint is that
oh,
you were not allowed to take pictures in the main like room that had all the cool Lord of the Rings props, which I was so disappointed by because there were so many cool things in there, and I have so many friends who are really into Lord of the Rings who I would have
like me?
I know would have loved to have seen pictures of everything. But I kind of get it. They like want the tour to not just be posted all over the internet.
Yeah.
There was a really cool section where they like showed you how they do like the prosthetics and stuff. Um, the tour guide was really cool and informative. It was cool that like the tour guide is not just like somebody they hire to be a tour guide, like they're actual people who work on the films do like basically take turns doing the tours.
Oh,
Um,
cool. I really like that.
so it was awesome. I mean, it was really cool. Kind of, I was surprised by like how it's just like randomly in the middle of Wellington. It's like not out of the way or anything. It's just
Yeah.
like you're just driving down the road. Like there's a McDonald's, there's a coffee shop. Oh, there's Weta Workshop. Like
Yeah.
it was kind of funny how like innocuous it was for
It's not
how
like on like
influential in the
Skywalker
moment.
Ranch outside of Wellington or something like that. It's just
Yeah,
downtown.
exactly. So that was really cool. One of my favorite things we did was we got to go to oh, what was it called? It was I'm trying to remember the name of the national park now. Shoot. Hold on. I have the pictures. But anyways, it was the mountain range that they used to film a lot of like um, a lot of scenes from Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. Like it was the same mountain range where they filmed the Minas Tirith and the
Yeah.
Lonely Mountain, and we got to walk all throughout the the mountain trail, and it was incredible. Like I mean, I've been to the Rockies and stuff, but like the Rockies might technically be bigger, but these were just so much more majestic. They were
Yes.
snow capped. Like we came at the perfect time of year because like there wasn't too much snow, but there was still snow on the mountains.
Yeah.
So like the path was walkable, but like there was still like snow for the scenery.
Yeah.
And the other thing was, it apparently like when we went down to the Milford Sound, which was on the South Island, which is basically this like more or less like a giant chasm. You're surrounded by these huge mountains, and you
Yeah.
get to go on like this brackish like boat ride all the way out to the South Ocean. Um, the rain had been so severe lately that the waterfalls were like really beautiful and majestic.
I've seen videos of those waterfalls. They're otherworldly. Like,
Yeah. And
holy cow.
it's crazy because like you don't
Good timing.
like I look at the pictures and I'm just like the cliff faces are just not done justice in the pictures. They're
Yeah.
so huge. Like you feel tiny. You feel like an ant.
Wow.
It's so cool. And
Great.
oh, the other cool thing when we went to the Milford Sound is like, so you're kind of going into this alpine region, and it's one of the only places in the world that has these, what are they called? They're like these alpine parrots, and
Oh.
they're really curious. So there's like sections of the trip up the mountain that are like one ways through these massive tunnels that go through the mountains, and so you have to stop. And when you stop, these parrots will come out of the forest and just like start jumping on your car and like like trying to like bite pieces of your car off because they're looking for people to feed them. And of course you're
Oh.
not supposed to, but like they're apparently like very well known for like breaking people's like personal belongings to try and get your food.
Mhm.
They're really cute. They're like these big green parrots. They're probably like the size of a small dog.
What? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they're really. It was kind of scary because like one of them tried to like come in our window because
Yeah.
like my my wife like opened her window because she wanted a picture and it was like, oh, I can come in.
Wait, what are the names of these?
Oh, I forget. Have you ever seen that video of that one guy who's like getting like his head smacked by the parrot.
What?
It's like a kakapo or something. They're related to the kakapo, but it's not a kakapo. It's like
the one where the kakapo decides that, like, I really want to mate with your head.
yes. They look kind of like those, but a little bit different.
The naughty alpine parrot.
Kia. K-E-A. Kia.
Yeah, the Kia. Yeah. There's a Kia. That's what it was.
And Kakariki. That's also another name.
Did
Oh,
get
man.
to see some
They are
kiwis as well.
smaller. Yeah, they seem to be smaller.
Man, I'm saying this. I looked it up. There's this picture of this bird. It's the size of this lady's head. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. We did see some kiwis too. The kiwis were really cool, although we only saw them in fleeting running across the road at night. But that was cool. I quickly realized how expensive everything is in the United States because like
Oh,
I felt like we were rich when we went to New Zealand.
Yeah.
Everything was like half price of everything that's in America. Like gas was like
Conversion rates.
$1.78. The people were really, really nice. I didn't really meet anybody that like, like culturally it just seemed like a much more friendly culture than the United States.
Yeah.
What else? I'm trying to think of their highlights. Oh, the glowworm cave. We got to go in this
That sounds cool.
cave system that had these glowworms, and it was crazy. It looked like when you look up at the ceiling, it looked like a night sky, even though you're like 300 feet underground. That was really cool. Hobbiton was probably the highlight. I mean,
Good.
Hobbiton was incredible. I want to go back. We did like the evening beast tour, which is like a 6-hour tour where you get a whole tour of the grounds, and then they take you to the Green Dragon Inn, and you get to drink all the beer, which you can only get exclusively at the Green Dragon Inn.
Yeah.
And then they set out this gigantic hobbit feast that all the people on the tour, you basically it's like a medieval feast. You're just like grabbing food from the different plates and eating and being merry and hobbity. And
What if you want to be
it was a
Pippin?
great time. Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Mary.
Dance on the table.
These are the jokes. Cool.
Yeah,
man.
if you've
Real
never
question
been,
is, did they
you're
have full
hesitating,
pints?
go.
Sorry. Go ahead. Well,
Did they have pints?
They did have pints. They
Does it
did
come in
indeed have
pints?
pints. The first pint was free, and then you had to pay for the rest.
Wow.
But yeah, if I always had wanted to go to New Zealand, and I want to go
Same.
back. So if you're hesitating, don't, and go. It's a great time. Yeah, it was a really fun trip. The only thing that sucked about it, other than coming home, was at the very end of the trip we got a flat tire on a rental car.
Uh-oh.
And quite frankly, Enterprise were kind of dicks about it, and charged me like $250 for not only the replacement tire, but also getting the people to come out to tow the car because they didn't put a freaking spare in the back. And I was like, why am I being charged for the car towing? Because you people chose not to put a spare in the car. But it's like trying to deal with customer service in a different time zone is just too much of a hassle. So I just
because your customer service was in the States.
Yeah. So I just was like, I'll just eat the cost, and I'll in the future not use this Enterprise branch again. But
Damn.
it was a great trip. But then of course, like I said, it all came crumbling down when we got home because work was a disaster. The people I left behind to manage the project I'm on just let it fall apart, and I had to put out fires for the first week, and then after that I got COVID, and then my wife got COVID, then my daughter got strep, then my wife got strep. And then and then my wife's car, the engine is smoking, and we don't know what's wrong with it. And now it's in the shop. It's looking like we might have to get a new car now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all kind of been falling apart. Really, really big reality dick slap as soon as we got home. But
So
otherwise,
when living through the
been
reality dick
living my
slap,
best life.
do you mentally go back to Hobbiton to soothe yourself?
I try to. I try and when life wants to play the Minas Morgul theme, I try and think about the Shire.
Good reference. Good reference. You have Sam in your head. But Mr. Frodo, what about all the fine people in the Shire? What about them, Mr. Frodo? They're gonna be happy.
Remember the taste of strawberries and cream, Mr. Frodo?
There we go.
No, Sam. I only hear the sound of of engine burning and smoke flying out of the top of the car.
That sounds pretty Mount Doomy, I gotta say.
Yeah, the sound of angry customers calling me at 8:30 at night.
Oh no. I'm sorry you've had to deal with all that. You'd hope for like a smoother landing after your honeymoon, but I'm glad you got the time away.
Did I go to 90 Mile Beach? We did not go to 90 Mile Beach. The farthest north we went to was it was like, I forget the name of the tree, but it was like the biggest tree in New Zealand. Because my wife and I are like obsessed with giant trees.
Surely it's called Treebeard.
You would think, but it's like it's got like a Maori name.
Oh right, Maori.
I'm
For
not
people who were there
to-
before.
Yeah,
Jackson
I'm
and
not
his
gonna
elf showed
offend
up.
the Maori people by trying to pronounce it.
Yeah.
But that's about as far north as we went, because we landed in Auckland and then we drove about, I think it was like 3.5 hours from Auckland, go see the tree, and then we drove back down south to our first Airbnb. Oh, that was another
Were they
cool
good?
thing. One of the
How are your Airbnbs?
Oh, they were awesome. We
Good.
were very particular to like hand pick really cool Airbnbs. The two, yes, the Tane Mahuta. Yes, that is the one that we saw. But the two coolest Airbnbs we stayed in. The first one was right on the Pelennor Fields, which was
Ooh.
like awesome.
That's dope.
Cool.
And then the second one we stayed had I'll have to post pictures in the Discord, but like the bed was fixed right in front of a giant window, and right out the window there's Mount Doom.
Oh.
It was yeah, that was very cool. Yeah, really, none of the Airbnbs we stayed in ended up being like disappointing. Like there was
Good.
one that was kind of like meh, but it had a comfortable bed, and we were only there for a couple hours because we got in pretty late. But yeah, overall it was a great trip. And we were very sad to go. Definitely want to go back.
Sounds amazing. I've never been, and I really want to go. I think Eric lived. Eric, did you live in New Zealand? Eric in the chat from. Pretty sure. I think one of his brothers at least lived in New Zealand. I don't know if they all lived in New Zealand at the time.
I feel like
also sheep. So many sheep. Crazy amounts of sheep.
Flight of the Conchords is accurate.
Huh?
Flight of the Conchords is accurate on that point.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's you cannot drive like a mile without seeing a field of sheep. It's insane.
Well,
that's kind of funny because this reminds me. A friend of mine had for a brief period of time had like sort of work plans to work abroad out of like a New Zealand branch of her office for a while. So she had to like take these like use this like driving simulator to like teach her how to drive on the left side of the road.
Yeah.
But like part of the exercise is apparently like a lot of sheep and bicyclists coming out of everywhere.
Sheep,
like,
bicyclists, sheep, bicyclists.
Oh, Jesus.
That was definitely an adjustment. I got used to it after, I would say, like the second or third day, but there were a couple times where I came close to hitting somebody just because like I was just like, the main thing is not is not the driving. It's your brain is telling you, I'm going this direction. I need to look this way to make sure
Yes.
nobody's coming.
Yes.
And you're looking the wrong way.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me a couple of times. Was I was like looking the wrong direction to make sure there was no oncoming traffic.
Yeah.
Because you just kind of get into like it's
North
like
American
muscle
mindset.
memory. Yeah, like you're having to like change your muscle memory to look. And even when I got back, the like, because it's not just you're driving on the opposite side, you also forget that all the stuff is on the opposite side too, like the shift and the key and your windshield wipers and your
Yep,
lights,
yep,
all that's on the
yep.
opposite side too.
Yeah.
So when I got back home, I kept accidentally
cleanest
turning my
windshield ever?
wipers on. Yeah, exactly. It was funny. The people at the Enterprise were like, you can generally tell somebody's a tourist because they keep randomly turning on their windshield wipers.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
X out 100%.
When driving on the opposite side in Japan, I found the hardest time was when there was no one else on the road. As long as there was someone else on the road, I could just kind of like follow along. But
yeah.
On the plus side, going back to the idea of everyone being really nice, maybe potentially, in contrast to the U.S., I feel like I never have heard any sort of stereotype of Aussies or Kiwis being like dicks.
I don't think I have either. I don't know if there are any like
I'm sure there are
stereotypes of, not that I've heard of. Like, I guess they're not well known enough to be really of note, I guess.
I feel like if Brett was here, he could tell us about him, but
yeah, probably.
I mean,
Mausoleum, I
people
didn't get a new camera. I just didn't bother. My light is pointed at the ceiling instead of being pointed at my workspace, so I don't. This is the same camera though. Sorry, I just saw that. Kajan, were you gonna say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to say there are not that many Australians in total. Like, it's like, what, 11 million or something like that?
Yeah,
and,
there's only about 5 million
see,
Kiwis.
yeah, exactly.
See, but the
And
Australians make up for that by like absolutely always traveling everywhere in the world. There's 11 million Australians, but no matter where you go, you're gonna hit one. Like they're the most. I feel like they're the most far traveled people of anyone, but that's just me.
I mean, what's the alternative?
Yeah.
you already have New Zealand at home, so
the Aussies I met in Japan told me that it's like if you don't travel as an Australian, people think you're weird. But maybe that was just their opinion. I don't know.
The idea of having like ample amounts of holiday and vacation time. That's so boring.
Cool. Okay. Thanks for sharing all that, Shane. I'm super jealous and super happy for you. All at the same time. When I plan my own New Zealand trip, I'm gonna come to you for notes. Because it sounds like you guys got it figured out, and I like that idea of road tripping. You guys are big road trippers. Didn't you road trip across the US?
Oh yeah. Yeah, 10,000 miles in 18 days.
Next you're gonna do Canada, right?
That is on our list. We sometimes like we'll just spend time making itineraries for trips that we're probably not going to go on for years.
That's smart.
The next big one we're planning is Iceland.
Oh, sweet.
Iceland is fun. I will say I did that 10K road trip like 15 years ago, almost now. I did not spend I spent the better part of 2 months doing that. Not 18 days. I cannot imagine how tired you guys were.
Oh yeah, no, that trip was too
Jesus.
much. Like we were both like, yeah, that trip was too much. Like after it happened, and then the next trip we went on, we just did we did the same amount of time, but we just did the West Coast and
Oh, I
just
remember you
from
talking
like
about that.
Seattle
Yeah.
down to San Francisco. And that was like a much more condensed trip, and we had a lot more fun because we weren't driving like a
90% of
good
the
day of
time.
driving on that first trip was like a 7-hour day.
Yep.
That's one thing I've learned about road trips. We tried to do a Scottish road trip, me and my buddy, and we planned it with North American distances and North American speeds in mind. But you can't really drive that fast on Scottish roads. So
Oh yeah.
we wound up spending like 12 to 14 hours a day driving, which was not great, and we should have given more time in between, but we were not
That's
smart.
interesting. Yeah, because New Zealand was similar in that, like, I think the top speed out there is like 67 miles an hour, and it's like,
Oh,
wow,
so was that like what,
like
75
110.
kilometers?
Yeah, 110 kilometers was
So
like the
that will be the speed limit on these roads in Scotland, but only Scottish people can do it without dying because the road is super narrow and there's a brick wall on one side, and it's like, yeah, you speed limit 60 miles an hour. I'm like, how could I possibly?
But yeah, and the people are like, and like you could tell, like the locals are pissed about it because they're like right up on your ass, like, why
Yeah.
aren't you going faster? And it's like,
Yeah.
I don't want to go off a cliff, sir. You can
Yes.
go around, thank you.
What kind of noob goes off a cliff? Come on, buddy. Awesome. That sounds amazing. My own hobby update. All I've really been working on hobby wise is this dude. The I'm calling him I think Dan Kaplinger came up with the name, the living hive tyrant. Something like that, because there's that whole like living hive mutation that Tyranid's had for a while. I don't know if they still do. And yeah, he's almost done. And he's one of I guess I also oh damn it. I haven't posted those pictures. I also finished a Screamer Killer for somebody. That was a commission, and I took a bunch of pictures, but that was like the day before I went in for surgery. So I didn't think to post them. Yeah, my main thing that I've been doing lately is I had to go in for surgery. And that's part of the reason that the last Work in Progress Wednesday got canceled, because it was the week before the surgery. I was supposed to do the surgery, and like work was mad. And I was like, oh man, I'm super stressed, and I was like having headaches and stuff. So sorry about them. But yeah, now I've been to the hospital. They did the Dr. Shaw thing. They got it out of me. Apparently everything went well. I just got to do like a follow-up appointment to make sure everything was good. But Canadian healthcare system took pretty good care of me. I was only in the hospital for 24 hours. But I've had like decreased abdominal functioning ever since, and it's been tough to like get up from a lying down position, like even get up from like seated position sometimes. I haven't sat in a chair for a long period of time until tonight. So I was like resting on the couch earlier to charge up my sitting in a chair batteries. But I've been very fortunate that because Canada is an amazing place, and because I have an amazing employer, we have what we call short-term disability, which is you pay into it like an insurance thing from your paychecks, every paycheck, and then should you ever need to use it, you can take a certain amount of time off work with full pay without having to use like vacation. So I'm very,
we
very
have
lucky.
that too in the States.
Not all places though.
Well, no, not all, but a lot of employers do offer it.
I would hope so.
Mine does.
I would hope so, because like everyone needs it. Because like, what's the alternative? You're like, oh, I'm just not gonna work. I'm not gonna pay my bills. Your bills are still gonna come due. Like, you still need like a salary.
Yeah.
But I would not be having fun in an office right now. And like, because I need to like take breaks and like lie down and shit like that. So I'm very lucky to have this option. And I'm also very lucky to have a very supporting spouse who's like, dude, take the time. Don't worry about it. Like, figure it out. So yeah. That's what I've been doing. Getting well, mostly, and hammering away on this guy. But I'll post those pictures of that Screamer Killer, because it came out really nicely. It's one that I started, oh my god, I think I started it in 2008. And it was just sitting in a box, and then I dug it out, and I was going to do it for one guy, and then he kind of like, I don't know, he spaced out. Like, I stopped hearing from him So I found another home for it, and hopefully you'll be seeing it painted very soon.
Very cool.
Yeah. Oh, the other random shit I was like, while you guys were talking, I was like opening random shit. I am trying to put together like a sculpting kit that I can sell to people with like my favorite sculpting tools if people find that helpful. I've been on a quest for like the best spoon tool for years, and I found these from this dental supply place. I bought like 5 different spoon tools from these guys, and I waited like 6 months for these things to be back in stock so I could buy a mountain of them. They're not cheap, like they're like 10 or 15 bucks each, but they're the cheapest I found that are well machined and super baby bum smooth on both ends. So at some point when I can pull together all the right tools, I'll make these available alongside cool silicone shapers from Germany, and hopefully a really good knife tool. I can't find a really good knife tool right now, but we'll see. But in the interim, if you need sculpting tools, just go with Army Painter because they're pretty good. And then the other thing is, a random person reached out to me on Instagram claiming to be from Games Workshop's merch team and saying, like, if I send you stuff, will you make a video about it or post about it? And I had no idea if it was actually going to happen. So I'm like, you want to send me free stuff? Yeah, I'll post about your free stuff. So they sent me this Tyranid notebook. They sent me this, I like this the most, this cool mug. It's like a Tyranid logo mug. Very small, though. Is Tom here? Oh, I don't know if Tom's here. If Tom watches this later, this is what a proper mug should look like. This is a gift from Tom Wilson. And this is the tiny little Tyranid mug. It's like a Ripper mug, but whatever. And then the coolest, actually, no, this is not my favorite thing. My favorite thing is this, which is the like old school Screamer Killer drawing shirt. I'm not huge on graphic tees, but the Screamer Killer is my, this is what my inner spirit looks like. So I'm excited about that one. So that was the random crap I was opening.
What?
Yeah.
What was the T-shirt?
It's a Screamer Killer drawing. Oh, I just showed it.
Oh.
It might be delayed. And it says Screamer Killer in like kind of like 80s horror font. I'll post a better picture of it later. I haven't actually tried it on. I hope it fits. Yeah. But now that we're through our storytelling, maybe we should get into some other opening of things, because there's a package that's been sitting here for like at least a month, probably a little more, that I really want. Shane, do you remember what this is?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you do? Look at you.
It's the Dead Earth, right? Dead Earth.
That's right.
Mr. May.
Mr. Dead Earth May. Yeah.
The other May, the less reliable May.
Yeah, so this is a Kickstarter.
Sorry, Andrew. I love you, but your brother is yeah.
Is Steven? Is it Steven?
He's
May?
a good guy. He's just I think maybe you should be the one to help him with maybe selling miniatures if he wants to do it in the future.
Yeah, Shane's got a long history with the Mays. Both the reliable May and the less reliable May. So I did not have any kind of history with the Mays. Oh wait, I have it. One sec. I'll be right back.
I keep forgetting about Mr. Pink's set of drill bits.
Oh yeah.
I should get myself.
We should. That should be a topic for one of our streams.
Sorry, what was the topic?
Just
talking about like just your toolkit.
Oh yeah, I'm down.
I feel like you've done it before, but it's been a while. Like it'd be.
I feel like that'd be kind of fun to just go through like all of our sets. Like
we could all share our toolkits.
Yeah,
I'm down.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, let's do that sometime. Yeah, it's almost like we play these things.
Yeah, like a work in progress Wednesday that actually focuses on.
Well, our like logo is a bunch of tools and shit, so you know that's on brand. I would be down. I'm just looking at the chat because I wasn't looking at the chat earlier. Oh, apparently Eric has not been streaming because it's been a stressful year for them as well. Yeah, dude, I feel like everyone in the United States, it's been a stressful year.
Yeah, no shit.
That's a goddamn understatement right
We've
there.
got a lot of American friends here, and no one's been having an easy time of late. What's going on here? New camera. Yeah,
Especially because Eric is also like kind of around here, isn't he? Eric, you're out by like Baltimore
I
area,
think.
aren't you? Yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
So we're
Yeah.
all three of us are like right in the middle of it too.
Is this because you're close to the capital?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay. I'm only crying like on the inside.
Oh, I'm sorry, Will.
Well, to hide the pain.
So Mausoleum asked if I got a new camera. I said no, this is the same streaming camera I've been using before. Later on, Eric ratted me out and was like, wait, you did get a new camera. Because Eric and I talk about photography. I did get a new camera. I'm not using it to stream with. As I think I shared, my dad passed away earlier this year. My dad was really big into photography. And so when he passed away and like I got a bit of money from his estate or whatever, I wanted to get a camera so that I could like continue. Like I have cameras, but I wanted a camera that would remind me of him. I don't have it to show, but I got a Nikon ZF, which is it's like a retro style Nikon. And I got it in their weird orange leather version because my dad used to mess around with these underwater cameras called Nikonos, where a lot of other camera companies, when they were doing cameras for like diving and stuff like that, they would make these cases that you put a standard camera inside of to use. Nikon's like, no. They built a special body that is airtight and like sealed to like 100 feet or something. I don't know. And they built like these cool knobs on the front so you could like adjust the focus and everything without having to like turn. Anyway, whatever. My dad had these cameras for work, and I always associated my dad with these orange Nikons. So now I've got an orange Nikon of my own to mess around with, but I'm still streaming on my old Z30, which apparently is doing a good job. I like. Oh, Will, you suggested. Sorry, go ahead, Will.
No, I was just gonna be American and say it's pronounced Z.
Oh, sorry. Z30, ZF, ZF. I don't know. Oh wait, when I think of Nikon, no. Did I say Z30? Damn, I guess I do think of the Nikon line as the Z stuff. I like the Alfie McAlverson, Will, and I also like Mausoleum's Lady Enty Wenty of Terror Bark. Oh, and the model this is from is Dreicha. Do I have her here? I thought I had the box here. I think her name's Dreicha. I don't know what her like title, Dreicha the blah blah blah, but she's the lady where it's like a woman's spirit in like a inside of a ant exosuit, which is super cool as far as I.
Yeah, the big tree thingy with the honeycomb.
Yeah. So she got all these like honeycombs, like hives, which are like what are selling the living hive aspect of this dude. I just chopped those out. This is based on someone who did a conversion like this, but I feel like they didn't go quite as ham. They just kind of put Tyrant Guard wings on a Dreicha torso. But I really tried to like chop her up and like reposition all her like little hivey bits to look like carapace plates that have hives in them. And then who was it? It was one of you guys who solved the stamping hex problem for me?
Oh, that was me. I told you to use a hex wrench.
Yes, you were absolutely right, Will. So I stamped out. These didn't come out quite as clean. I should have been a little more careful, but they came out pretty clean. And that was because Will suggested I use a hex wrench to stamp them in putty, and it worked out very well.
I would not be able to tell otherwise, and I imagine that a layer of primer and paint is
those kind of things always look blended in when you paint them.
Yeah, true. Apparently Mausoleum is not having a great time driving with Americans in Wisconsin. Sorry, sir.
Are they all just drunk, like, off of their really, really, really cheap beer?
Yes.
Oh my god, the beer there is so cheap. Jesus. Especially compared to the DC region.
And Mausoleum's saying something about a more accessible thing than short-term disability in the United States is FMLA.
FMLA, yeah, federal.
Does that stand for fuck my life already? Like you're like in the depths
family
of like,
medical leave
allowance or something?
Something.
Yeah, it's only available in certain states.
Oh yeah, okay. If a program is good, you
Like,
can get
or it's
4
only
months.
mandated in certain states. Maryland, they just passed it to be like mandated, but I don't think it actually goes into effect until 2028.
I think it's the Family Medical Leave Act, I think is what
Yeah.
it stands for.
I think it should be called Fuck My Life already, because it's when people are like at their wits' end because they've just been dealing with so much health shit. They're like, I need
Yep.
time off work, fuck my life already. And they're like, oh, we have Fuck My Life already. Leave for that.
It also kind of covers like parental leave if you have a kid.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing I think that a lot of people use now for paternal and maternal leave.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
which is good.
Because like my company gives 3 months of paternal leave, but it's unpaid. So it's like you'll have your job when you get back, but you're not going to get paid for the 3 months you're gone. It's like, well, what the fuck
Right.
does that matter then? It's like, well, you could use your PTO. It's like, well, then what's the point of using the fucking parental leave?
Technician Sourwell says that in Texas, Fuck My Life already doesn't pay anything. I guess it just preserves your job so you can come back.
Yeah, yeah.
If you can afford to come back to your job after having no money for 4 months, like,
yeah, it's basically protection to prevent employers from being legally allowed to fire you for leaving due to medical reasons. If you have like provable medical conditions that inhibit your ability to work, they can't fire you for that.
I should hope not.
USA.
Although a lot of companies kind of get around it by like finding, combing through your work history to find a reason to fire you, even though it's just like the whole thing, like anti-discrimination, like you can't fire somebody for their race or their sexuality or their religion or whatever, but like in at-will states, employers can just fire you because they don't like black people, but they could just say, "Oh, it was because you were late that one time."
Oh God.
Yeah, so it's a mess.
At will, like fire at will? Is that what you're talking about?
So
oh,
at will
God.
states basically at will employments, at will states basically means that an employer can fire you without notice for whatever reason or without cause. Conversely, you can also quit for whatever reason without notice or cause.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So it's basically called at will employment.
I think
most states in the United States are at will.
I don't know how it works in Canada. Like usually you're supposed to give your employer 2 weeks notice if you're quitting, but I assumed that you could always quit and there's no recourse for the employer. It's just like you're being nice and give them 2 weeks, but I don't know.
A lot of people do give 2 weeks, but that's more of a courtesy. You're not like legally obligated. I know there are some countries where like you have to give, your employer a specific amount of notice before you leave your job.
Yeah, Germany, for example. But usually over here, it's like you give notice and then you're going like, and I'm taking all my vacation time until
yeah. Radon mentioned that they want to forge their own spoon tool. I think that's going to be a lot of work. Like this stuff is like very smooth, but if you like polishing metal to that smoothness, I wish you luck.
Hey, there's that Japanese dude with that ASMR channel where he just like polishes the shit out of like everything, and that thing is soothing as shit.
Well, maybe that's what Radon's into. Maybe that's Radon's favorite ASMR is polishing their own tools. And Radon noted that
phrasing.
What?
Just phrasing.
What?
Yeah, phrasing.
Polishing their. Oh, okay, I got it. It's right here. Don't worry, I got the warning sign. Everyone was warned. Warning: Slaneshi content. We're not talking about polishing your own tools.
We are talking about polishing.
We are talking about polishing your own tools, not polishing your own tools. Radon noted that this year has been both good and bad for them. As on the one hand, they started estrogen and began their transition. However, the greater emotional range it gave made me break down crying at work. I'm sorry you're dealing with that, Radon, but at least there's the silver lining that you were able to start your transition.
Wish I could feel anything anymore.
In the States, if you give your 2 weeks notice, your job will try to screw you over, like squeeze every last drop out of you. Hi, Tom. Welcome, Tom.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah.
that's definitely something that could happen. Yeah.
Oh yeah, golden rule is if you need those 2 weeks of pay, don't tell them you're leaving 2 weeks before you
Oh,
quit.
because they'll try and fire you?
Yeah, they'll just fire you on the spot.
Oh God. Oh wow.
They'll be like, oh, okay, or it'll be like, okay, you know, we'll work on your transition, and then you come into work the next day and you get called into office with HR, and they shit can you.
That is the worst.
And you know what the best part? You know what the best part is?
Oh God.
By doing that, you in many states can then not file for unemployment because you
Yes,
can't
if you
file
quit, you
for
can't.
unemployment.
Wait, but if they fire you, you can file for unemployment.
No,
What?
not always. Sometimes it depends.
Oh.
If an employer can prove that you were fired for violating specific company policies, and I know this because this happened to me at my last job, because I got fired from my last job. When I tried to file for unemployment, they contested it with the unemployment office and were like, basically like, oh, basically they were like, he violated these company policies, and the unemployment office basically used it as justification to not give me my unemployment
That's
checks.
horrible.
Oh yeah, it is. It is really horrible,
So-
especially since it was really weaselly the way they did it.
In Canada, we have a thing where, like, if you are quote unquote fired with cause, you can't get unemployment, but the bar to be fired with cause is very high. Like, you need to have like defrauded the company.
Oh yeah, it's the same thing in the States, but the bar is pretty low. With cause is basically like I'm sure in Canada it's like if you like attack somebody in the office, or you like something like that. Like, but here it's like, oh, like you didn't show up to work on time, that's fired with cause.
Oh God, I've been let go twice. One time they said it was a performance thing. The other time they said it was they were just eliminating my role. But even the time when they said it was a performance thing, and they're like, we gave you like 2 performance appraisals where we told you needed to like do better, and like I'm like, yeah, and then I like asked you for like actual input on what I should do, and you gave me nothing. But anyway, both those times I received unemployment, like, because I was not fired with cause. I was just like eliminated.
I think the thing that people really just like kind of fail to understand is that like the U.S. is like really just like stupid.
Not a real country.
In a lot of ways. I mean, it is a real country. It's just a really shitty one.
Okay. Yeah. Diana, hi Diana, welcome.
Hence, I feel like I should clarify every time that I jokingly make a very histrionic, patriotic, jingoistic USA chant. It should be taken with a heaping spoon of irony.
Yeah, yeah. Work culture in the United States is among the, I know it's not, I won't say it's the most because I can't speak from experience, but I would say it's among the most toxic work cultures in the world. Just like the way employers treat employees is, yeah.
I would argue that East Asia is probably worse.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking.
Very different reasons.
Right, for very different reasons. But in terms of like you are treated like a number. Companies don't care about you. Always look out for yourself whenever you're working in the United States, because your employer is not your friend. I have a great employer right now. I love where I work, but I have no delusions that they care about me beyond the performance and the things I'm able to provide for them.
I have gotten into that trap of feeling like my employer cared about me beyond performance. I also got in the trap of thinking that HR is my friend. But I've now realized that HR is the enforcement wing of my employer. They're the cops.
HR is literally... I've gone on a rant. I'll just go on a little mini rant here.
Okay, wait.
Literally...
Don't go too far. Just
go ahead.
Hold your rant.
I won't
we
go
got to
too
go
far.
on a different rant about Dead Earth Miniatures.
Okay. HR, I think, is one of the most immoral job positions out there. Yeah. I think it is conniving. I think it is borderline evil, because I think it is a employment, and I'm not saying the people who do it are evil. I'm saying the entire structure of it is inherently immoral, because it is a system that tells you we're here for you. We're here for the employee.
Yep.
We're here to protect you and make sure that your work experience is a successful one, is a positive one. The reality is they're there purely to protect the company.
Yeah.
Safety division of your company, which is generally at least partially, like I work in adjacent to construction, so there's like a lot of heavy involvement with the HR department and like our safety department, making sure people are safe on the job. It's not it slowly bled into safety departments, this HR mindset, because safety departments at companies are not about making sure that you go home safe every day. No, they're there to make sure that if you get hurt, you don't sue the company.
Yeah.
They're there to protect the company. HR
Yeah.
departments are only there to protect your company. They aren't there for you. They never are. They never will be, no matter what they tell you. Evil. Fuck HR department.
All right. I have had the shades fell from my eyes a couple years back about what HR is all about. But let's talk about something different. Let's talk about this Kickstarter that I backed. I thought it was last year, but I think it was 2 years ago at this point. Wait, which one is it? Stephen May, right?
Stephen May, yeah.
Say what you will about Stephen May and his ability to fulfill Kickstarters, being a little bit slow, but he did send me like a sample print of one of his Imperial Scout models when he was doing his whole campaign and let me paint it up. So that was very kind of him. So this is the guy I painted up back then.
He did that. He had time to do that while he still had Kickstarters fulfilled to other people. But okay.
Why don't you tell us how you really feel, Shane? So Shane has had multiple negative experiences with this dude. I've only had one experience, but fortunately, because Shane had multiple negative experiences, he told me about them, and I had very low expectations, which helped because this thing took a while to get to me. I think
in his
2
defense,
years.
The models are great.
Sorry?
In his defense, the models are great, and I give him a little bit of a hard time. He is not a bad guy. He's just I'm just.
Well, let's see how the models are.
Mishandling.
Well,
the mishandling of the situation, just like
there's always
to me.
There's always I feel like and this comes up a lot at my job. I feel like there's always a conflation of people being good and like nice people and whether or not they are good at the thing that they're supposed to do. And
Right.
it's I don't know, I guess it's been my bugaboo of late. They're like I hate how often and how easily people say, but he's such a nice guy, as a sort of
Oil?
excuse to pass over shitty behavior. So,
Yeah.
you know, I really hope people can like stop assuming that those two traits are intrinsically tied together. There are perfectly nice people who are awful business people and or just woefully not competent at what they should be doing while still being nice.
Yeah, like I wish no ill will towards Steven, but I think it would be for the best if he doesn't run another Kickstarter for at least a while.
All right. I don't even remember what I ordered. I ordered 2 basic units of scouts, I think. And then I ordered 1 unit of sniper scouts. Maybe I ordered 3 units of basic scouts. Or did I just order the sniper grandmaster? I don't friggin' know. Let's get into these and see what the heck's going on. So I think these are dupes. Hard to tell, because they have like Dead Earth Miniatures packaging, but they don't have any identification of what's in them. And then I got like a spare bag of bolters with chain swords under them. I don't know.
That's neat.
All right.
So Gears of War type.
Yeah, sort of. Okay, so I think
I'll
these are...
actually be right back. I have to use the bathroom real quick.
Okay. I think these are normal scouts. Okay, so those are two different bodies. That's for sure. I think that is a mirror of that body. And this is a different one. This is... So they've got like little chain blades in there, which are pretty, they look pretty delicate, I'm gonna say. They've got normal swords, and they've got little like bolt pistol-y things. I think there's two heads. So one of them has a rebreather, and one of them has like a mohawk sort of thing. I don't know this one. This one is another mohawk dude. And where's he? Oh, hiding. Oh yeah, so they all have these like rebreather things. Mohawk. Mask. That is same. Yeah, so these guys are the normal outfits. I think these are supposed to be like the heavy, these are actual like bolters. They all have like bolt pistols as their, or bolt pistol equivalents as their typical armaments, which is the equipment that this dude has. He has a bolt pistol thing. And then they also have these like actual bolters with the little Gears of War chainsaws on them. Cool. I think I have like, there's like heavy weapons in here somewhere. These. That looks like the one. This looks like just more of the same scouts, and this is more of the same scout. So I guess I bought 3 packs of plain old scouts. I think there's supposed to be a plasma cannon in here. Let's see. So we'll put these plain Jane dudes back in here. I think these are prints. He said he was gonna cast them in resin, but I think he just wound up printing them. He didn't have the time or the resource, or I don't know. I think it was the time thing. The prints look pretty good. They don't look obviously messed up in any way. I don't love Space Marines. I got these because I really like the old classic scouts. I think that they were a really good rendition of the like old school metal scouts with their knives and their little bolt pistols and their mohawks and their weird kind of knightly vestments or whatever. Yeah, so I was hoping to make like a kill team out of them or something. Okay, what else we got here? So I think I got, there was like a master sniper or something. I wanted like one of the guys to have a sniper rifle. He also did like a whole squad of sniper dudes, but I didn't bother with them. The sniper guy is very basic. He's like leaning on his sniper rifle. He's mostly just cloak. Come on, you can do it, camera. I believe in you. Yeah, he's mostly just cloak. Front and back. And then he's got a sniper rifle that he's leaning on. Got a little eyepiece or something, a little antenna. The rest of that antenna hasn't snapped. And then these dudes I think are heavy weapons dudes. Oh cool, they have 3 options. They have a... So, oh man, hey, where's Eric? Is Eric still here? I don't know if these hands are like human scale, but they look extreme. These are probably proper human scale, but they look extremely small compared to Games Workshop size hands. So, I think Eric would be thrilled if he's still around, hopefully. What does that measure up with the painted guy? I guess, no, I think this hand is smaller than the painted guy's hand. It's very small. Maybe that's why this guy carries a heavy weapon. Maybe he's got a little hand. What do you think, Brother Pink? Does he look like he have a little hand? But the detail's very extremely crisp. There's like a little, whatever that is, gate there that I'll have to clean out, but some print stuff here. He's got old school heavy plasma, which I think is cool. I'm a big fan. All right, come on, let's get
What's the verdict?
That I didn't remember what I got. I got 3 standard squads of scouts. And I got 2 heavy weapons troopers and a sniper sergeant dude. Sniper sergeant dude is basically just all cloak, but here's his cool heavy plasma, which looks very old school. like that. I'm sad the missile launcher doesn't look more like the old school, like, pointy missile launcher that was in 2nd edition, but I have Horus Heresy bits for those because I love those missile launchers, so I might replace this with that. It's decent. And then heavy bolter, pretty standard. I like the little eyepiece on the gun. That's cool. Heavy bolter looks pretty decent. This is just another one of those guys with the same weapons. Take the sniper dude out. The prints are very good, Shane. They're super high caliber.
They're prints.
They're prints. He said that he wasn't going to cast. He didn't have time to cast them. He wasn't going to be able to cast them. They were going to be really high quality prints that he was going to clean. And they're mostly cleaned. So this is a sniper dude.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, well, he communicated it.
Yeah, at least it was communicated. I actually, it's funny. I actually have a little bit of Kickstarter drama from a recent Kickstarter.
Wait, that isn't from Stephen May? Why isn't this focused?
Nope.
Up? So here's the sniper dude. Leaning on a sniper rifle. Very crisp, very clean, looks good. It's mostly just a cloak. Not much detail otherwise. It's like suggestion of legs in there, but I think his pants are like very low detail in there. So that's the dude. All in a scale with each other. Yeah, they're pretty cool. What's your Kickstarter drama, sir?
I feel like I'm the only one like talking about it because I feel like everybody else is posting their models from it and like not really talking about how the kind of problematic aspects of it. So I don't know if you're familiar with the More Darren Kickstarter.
No.
It was like a bunch of art pieces by John Blanche that James Sheriff, who's the guy who did like all the
Oh, Trench Crusade?
Trench Crusade stuff. Yeah, he was like doing all the sculpting for it, and they did a Kickstarter. I late pledged to it. But I finally got the stuff. There were like really long delays with getting them delivered, and like I don't mind delays as long as there's like good communication. Communication wasn't great. Some of the sculpts were a little bit rushed and didn't really have like pretty distinct details from the art, and like people talked about it in the comments of like the posts that were made when they were showing like work in progresses, and like the Kickstarter people were like, "Oh, we'll talk to James and we'll get him to take a look at this stuff." And I was really disappointed to see that when they were delivered, a lot of the main complaints and problem pieces were like not addressed at all.
Yeah.
And then also, and this to me is the biggest point of frustration, is the Kickstarter was kind of touted as being high quality Siocast. Now, for those who are familiar with Siocast kind of has like two different forms. There's like a hard Siocast, which is almost indistinguishable from like a cast resin, and then there's like this kind of more rubbery, soft Siocast.
Yeah.
It's almost kind of feels like an in between of like rubber and plastic. So
I only knew about the rubbery one, so that's new information here for me.
Yeah, there's a more of like a rigid Siocast. Zealot Miniatures, who actually did the casting for this project, they produce some of their models in the Siocast hard, as well as doing spin cast resin. But anyways, they didn't specify which kind of Siocast it was going to be. So like, I'm not a huge fan of the soft Siocast, but I can't complain about it because they said it was B Siocast. So who, if it was a material I don't happen to be that big of a fan of, I knew what I was getting into.
Yeah.
Thing is, the models are not all Siocast. In fact, I would say every model is made up of like 2 or 3 different materials.
Oh.
You've got some models that are like some of the pieces are hand cast resin, which awesome. And then like their legs and arms will be a mixture of Siocast and really brittle 3D printed resin.
Uh-oh.
And then a lot of the Siocast pieces have like some pretty gnarly mold lines. And Siocast being like kind of rubbery material, when it's got really bad mold lines, they're pretty difficult to like shave and cut away without like damaging the model.
Yeah.
I don't know, like it just and this was not communicated from what any of the correspondences I saw, that these models were going to be like mixed media. It was kind of portrayed that they were all going to be Siocast models, and they just are not. And the Siocast pieces that are there are not great quality. Some of the hand cast stuff is really nice. Although even the hand cast resin stuff, there's a lot of you know, mold lines and mold slips. I actually, there's a couple of these models that I'm probably going to have to get in contact with them and be like, look, I need a replacement for this, because some of the mold slips are so bad it's like the model's irrecoverable basically without destroying the detail.
Yeah.
And I'm not one for conspiracy theories, but I have to wonder if like the Mordarin Kickstarter was kind of like shuffled off to the side by the team because they got like the Trench Crusade Kickstarter like blew up way bigger than they ever expected it to, right in the middle of the post campaign for Mordarin.
That was the timeline?
Yeah, so like Mordarin ended, and then they did the Trench Crusade Kickstarter, and the Trench Crusade Kickstarter, I think, made stupid money, like I think a few dozen times their goal.
Yeah.
And like I think they realized how popular it was and how successful it was, and it just kind of feels like they focused on that and fulfillment. And I feel like James was probably spending more time working on the sculpts for the Trench Crusade Kickstarter and didn't really bother to go back and touch up a lot of the Mordarin stuff. I don't know. It's just really disappointing because I feel like these models were like, the artwork was so cool, and some of the models even are really cool. And I just see some of them that are like hand cast resin, and I'm like, yeah, some of them have some mold slips and stuff, but that's fixable. But like I just feel like, well, like if you could do like, to me, it would have been worth like another month or two of keeping people waiting, and then have them all produced in nicely cast fashion. Even if they were going to be Siocast. I mean, really, the part that rubs me the wrong way is the 3D printed pieces. I just think like that's straight up false advertising to me. Like if you're saying that all the models are going to be Siocast, and then you're sending me models with 3D printed pieces, like that's straight up false advertising. Like I don't mind if I'm getting cast resin because that's just an upgrade of Siocast, whereas I think 3D printed pieces is kind of a downgrade. So I'm just a little disappointed with it. They're not bad looking models.
If the campaign was for 3D printed models, you probably wouldn't have sponsored it.
Exactly. I would not have pledged. I'm not a big fan of the move towards 3D printing in the industry in general. I think I don't know. I this might just me being might be me being a curmudgeon, and like being old man yells at clouds, but I think there's an artistry to like the actual physical casting of miniatures, and I think there's something kind of cathartic for me, like cleaning up a resin model and putting it together. That like I don't like these like I just open up a blister and there's a fully formed 3D printed model. And I also don't like the material, like especially as somebody who, like all of you guys, loves converting models. I find 3D resin very difficult to work with because it's very brittle. Yeah, and a lot of it is very toxic, so it's like more toxic than like normal resins used in models. Like normal resins, it's mostly just, don't breathe the dust in, but like a lot of these 3D printed resins are like quite literally toxic.
Mhm.
So it's just like I don't know. And I also don't think, from what I've seen, a lot of the quality is quite there. Like I'm kind of a stickler for like having layer lines on my models. Um, I've yet to get a commercially produced 3D printed model, even from like high quality, um, like 3D prints, that doesn't have at least some um, layer lines that are recognizable by the naked eye. Like
Yeah.
I don't want that on my models. It takes me out of it, especially when it's like, again, like if you're doing a conversion and you've got this one piece on the model that has a bunch of layer lines on it. It I don't know. I'm just kind of a stickler for that, but
Yeah.
the models are cool. I just wish that they would have been more transparent towards the end of the campaign. That like, hey, we're sending out the miniatures. Just so you know, we had to. It's like there was no explanation.
Yeah.
And like, I'm just surprised that like, I feel like of all the people I've seen who have gotten these models, I haven't seen anybody kind of mention it. I've seen a couple people say some of the casts were a little rough, but I haven't heard anybody mention like, yeah, they sent a bunch of models with 3D printed parts when 3D prints were not at all mentioned in the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
That I saw. Maybe I missed a correspondence, because again, I late backed, so I'm not like on the Kickstarter page. I can only view
Right.
the public comments. So maybe I missed something, but like I'm sure a lot of people late backed too, and like they should have been relayed that information.
Do you
as
think
well.
that you got different miniatures because you late backed than someone who didn't late back?
I don't think so, because I have seen other people do unboxing and they all look the same.
Yeah.
Unless all the other people I saw doing unboxings were like
Late backers?
also late backers, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, they're not terrible models. It's just it just I can't help but feel like if Trench Crusade hadn't happened, the product we got would have been better.
Yeah.
And that's just a little disappointing. And like again, that's just speculation.
Mhm.
But it did seem like the updates for Mordarin seemed to peter out as soon as the Trench Crusade Kickstarter happened.
Okay.
I mean, I think in one of the updates they even mentioned that like fulfillment of Mordarin was delayed because of the Trench Crusade Kickstarter. And in fairness, some people did give them a hard time about that in the comments, but
Because it was the exact same company doing both?
yeah, well, James was doing the sculpting
Yeah.
and everything for both projects, so yeah, I kind of wonder how John Blanche feels about it.
I hear that
But
John
John
Blanche
Blanche
has
also
got a
loves
lot of
Trench Crusade.
health stuff that he's dealing with, so he's probably focused on his own stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Basically, I feel like every time someone talks about John Blanche, it sounds like he's like maybe at end of life. I don't really. Here's another exciting thing I got.
Wait, before you move on.
Shit,
Brother
what the
Pink
hell?
asks if when you're doing your scout kill team, do you have a grappling hook and a knife?
I'm sure I can make a
Okay,
grappling hook and a knife. I don't really remember what's on the scout kill team, but I'm sure I can find a grappling hook and a knife to convert one of these dudes with.
I remember the initial pictures of those models had one with a grappling hook.
Did they? I thought I remembered something like that, but I don't know.
If not, you could probably take one from the the I don't know, the new Primaris Marines. One of them has a grappling hook gun.
Oh yeah.
Assault Intercessors, I think.
Something like that.
I really don't know the new naming conventions for Space Marines.
I barely knew the old ones. So this is
John
kind of
Wilson.
Sorry?
Tom Wilson was upset about Games Workshop stopping to sell the Space Wolf Stormfang
I
gunship.
saw that. Why the heck would they do that? That makes no sense to me.
Stormfang. I don't even remember what the Stormfang
It's the
gunship
big
is.
it's the big shoebox, the flying shoebox.
Oh yes, the flying shoebox.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why they stopped selling that. That's really weird. What am I
I
putting?
missed the Castus assault ram. The Castus assault ram was cool.
Oh, is that what I'm thinking of? Is that the shoebox?
They're both kind of shoeboxy. I would say like
Look
the
this up.
Stormfang is kind of a visual successor to the Castus assault ram. But the Castus assault ram was like a Forge World ship. It had like 2
Oh,
prongs, and then it would like the idea was it like rammed into the side of a ship, and then it had 2 like
that's probably what I'm
little
thinking of.
drop doors that people could run out of.
Maybe
I
that's
wish
what
they'd
I'm
bring
thinking
out a
of.
plastic kit of that.
Maybe that's what they're making now. Okay, so
Hopefully.
Stormfang, isn't this like, why would they, the Space Wolves don't have anything else to replace it? Okay, yeah, I think I was picturing the Castus thing. I didn't even really know that the Space Wolves had this other thing. This looks like, yeah, the plastic, not great version of Case. Wait, how do I spell it? Castus Salt
Maybe it
Ram?
sets to 7 now. Yeah, assault ram. Yeah. There's been a lot of stuff that's gone out of production.
Okay,
on-
yeah, the Assault Ram is the way cooler version.
Yeah. I mean, it's Forge World compared with.
Well, maybe they're gonna make a Forge World or plastic version of it for Spacey Wolvesies. I don't know.
Probably for 30k.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking, like a 30k thing. So this thing I just opened up, this is a commission that I got from, God, what is he? His name is like Ray Forgian or something. Never remember the actual spelling. Ray or what's his name? Ray Gion? I commissioned this guy and I can't remember his bloody name. This is a really cool dude who does like a lot of chaos stuff. And I've been following his stuff for a while. And then like I was like, hey, you know, if you're ever taking commissions, like I might be interested or whatever. And yeah, he like the commission slot came up. He's like, actually, I'd love to do something that's a little more Tyranid. So I'd love to make something for you. So I jumped on the opportunity. Andrea, it's a guy. Andrea Samarchi. R4 Egon. I'll get the link. Yeah, this guy, I've been following his stuff for a long time, and I had an opportunity to get a commission from him. And remember how I said I didn't like Space Marines? Whoops! I got a Chaos Space Marine Primarch made. So that's what this is.
Cool.
This is one day you will know that I don't know. You will like that whole thing where you won't know that I won the lottery, but there'll be signs. If I suddenly start buying up a lot of Chaos Space Marine stuff and working on Chaos Space Marines, it's because I'm finally doing my Omega company, which is the only Space Marine force that I have any interest in. But this dude, I've already got my Primarch or my Demon Prince for my Omega company, which is this dude, and he's supposed to be Omegon, a version of Omegon. My headcanon for these guys is that they're a Chaos Space Marine company that was actually infested by the Gene Stealer curse, but no one talks about it, and they talk about worshiping like the serpent out in the void and all this stuff. So yeah, this is the model he made up for me. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it turned out really nicely.
Pretty
That
cool.
reminds me of the old lore with, you know, the Gene Stealer cult having chaos connections. Like the old
Yeah,
Gene Stealer patriarch has the chaos star on his throne.
yeah, like very early Gene Stealer cult.
I have to ask what happened to his tail.
Oh, it just broke in the case.
Oh.
It was so this part is a lictor tail, I think. And this part is like a tail bit from Demon Prince. and they were matched up pretty well, but it just snapped there. So that's easy. I'll pin it back together. Looking pretty good.
I like the crown.
You mean the horns?
Yeah, like it. Well, it kind of looks like a crown.
Yeah.
like
Did this
the
one lose its
hornet crown.
tip? I don't know if that's intentional or not. Hello. How you doing? Sorry, Nora entered the chat. Or the cave, or whatever. Yeah, I really like how he did the crown bit with the horns. There was he did initial designs which there was a lot of design up on here, and I'm like, no, it's distracting from his really cool head. Get that off there.
Tom Wilson makes the most astute point that this is why we use pins.
True.
Yes.
Pin
Very
your
true.
models, everyone.
Pin
Let me
your
pin it
models.
right now before I forget.
Which reminds me, everyone, if you've enjoyed the stream, you should like and subscribe and leave a comment.
Thank you, Will.
Pin yourself to this channel by
Yeah.
subscribing.
Ah, like we know what we're doing with this channel.
Well, you got to it before
I mean,
Diana had to remind us of it, so that's a start.
That's true.
Nora, Tom says hi. Tom Wilson. Nora says hi. Oh. Diana was here. I don't know if she's still here. Brother Pink's here. In the chat. Next chat. After I pin this dude, I might be calling it for the evening.
Diana also says hello.
Diana says hello. Nora. Want to see my cool shit Games Workshop sent me?
I wish Games Workshop would just send me things. Not that I
Well,
need them.
what you need to do is you need to get a random message from them on Instagram that definitely looks like it's a scam. And then actually be aware of it because one of your someone else who you are friends with on Instagram tells you that they got a message from this account and it looks like a scam. So you're like twigged to it when you get your own message that looks like a scam. And the key thing is don't give them any of your personal information until they, put up and show you what they want to send you.
You hear that, Kajan?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Hey, easy there.
No, I hope it works out with your credit card company in all seriousness.
Yeah,
though.
me too.
I did not give them any kind of credit card details. I was like, you want to send me something free? Cool. I've got a business address that isn't actually my house. Here you go. We'll see if it actually shows up.
See, I just get random invites and follows by what's clearly a porn spam bot.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Even,
It's so
even
bad on
those have died
Instagram.
down in a while.
Yeah, it
Well,
is
because
really
I
bad.
haven't posted shit in a while.
There's so many porn spam bots on Instagram. I wasn't getting them for a while. I would get them at my day job work Instagram account that I have to monitor. Like, God, why are there so many porn spam bots? And I wasn't getting them on my personal Instagram until recently.
Yeah. And then you're getting those random followers that have some woman as an avatar and is private for some reason.
Who the shit
Actually-
is this Voices on Silent chick? I don't understand.
I recently got a message from someone and it looked like it was that because they were messaging me about my art and Warhammer, but it was the profile picture was some chick in a, I don't know, a Gucci shirt or something. And I was like, okay, this is some random porn bot. And but they turned out to be a real person. It just had an unfortunate profile picture. They actually sent me pictures of their work and it was real pictures of miniatures.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I told them flat out, I'm like, hey, I thought you were a bot.
Tom
Which
Wilson
I
wants to know if the Games Workshop hasn't ended their influencer program.
Well, this is not an influencer thing. So Games Workshop has like they actually like do the model stuff, and then they hire a different company to do all their merch. So this is I like it. This is someone from the merch company who contacted me. This has nothing to do with influencers. I think the influencer program's still going because people are still getting advanced miniatures and paying them up and being like, Games Workshop sent me this. Well, I don't know. I haven't been keeping close tabs on it. But my impression is that it's probably still happening because it seems like people are still getting advanced miniatures and they're being featured on the community site. Yeah, of course, I keep it alive. Come on.
Tom also remarked that it's probably been a year since the last Nick and Nora stream.
Oh, Nora just left. So I guess we're not getting another one. Sorry, Tom.
very good.
Yeah, you're probably right. And we probably do. And I could probably convince her. If the pot, if that's what the masses want. Still okay? Is it weird?
You could do a year in review stream with her between
Oh
the
man,
years.
our year in review stream would be all the weird shit our family has got. My weird health stuff, my father's health stuff and his passing, all that weird stuff. It wouldn't be about Warhammer, that's for sure. I realized I haven't painted a miniature probably in a year. I may have painted a miniature in early 2025, but I believe the last miniatures that I probably painted were the miniatures for Vesterian that Simon made.
Brother Pink wants to know what merch they send.
Oh, I did it earlier in the stream. You gotta go. Well, I got it. Oh, hold on, I got it right here. They sent me a notebook. They sent me a T-shirt, and they sent me a mug. Oh, Tom missed this earlier. I'll do this again for Tom's benefit. Don't break the tail off that guy again. So they sent me what they think is a mug.
What they think is a mug.
But fortunately,
I'm pretty sure it is a mug.
me and my good friend Tom Wilson, we know what an actual mug looks like. So here is the Games Workshop merch Little Ripper mug versus a real mug. In fact, you know what? You could drink the Ripper mug inside the real mug. So yeah. It's a cute, it's like a My First mug for like small children or people who are not very thirsty.
It's Ripper sized.
It's Ripper sized. Whereas I prefer a Carnifex size mug. And this one was given to me by Tom Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, to me it looks like a regular sized mug, and the one you are using is an oversized one, but...
Quiet, Kajan! Silence! I will only have proper sized mugs in my house. I can't get both my hands around them. How can it really be a mug?
American gigantism is slowly leaking its way into Canada.
Yeah.
USA.
Look at this. Look at like
USA.
how I can like wrap my fingers like doubled around this. This is silliness. This is what a mug should look like in your hand. So it equally warms all your fingers at the same time. I don't know. And with that riveting piece of dialogue. Oh wait, so I got the Ripper mug, and then I got the there's a notebook, which is fine. I'm gonna use it as my hobby notebook because I had this one before that I artfully painted, put a Jane Czar sticker on. So I'll transfer that into here. It's fine. It's got some pages. It's got some little like elasticy things, a thing for your pen, which is fun. And then oh my god, the pièce de résistance, which I can't properly show. Hold on, how far can I put this camera back? Is the shirt, which was made for me. Screamer Killer. It says Screamer Killer. The Screamer Killer font. So this is good times. This I'm very happy about. That was what sold me on the whole Kit and caboodle. Well, what sold me on it was they're like, want something for free? I'm like, yeah, sure. So, if you want to buy Games Workshop merch, I have an affiliate code now. I'm gonna post it. I have to post a video about this or a picture or something. When I post that, I'll post the affiliate code. So, if you're gonna buy this stuff anyway, you can support the channel. When buying it, I think they have like a Black Friday sale soon, so I should try to get some stuff up tomorrow or soon.
I mean, technically, I would only be in the market for some displayed stuff.
Oh, it's not displayed. I think they're different from displayed. But I don't know. Maybe the displayed is on that same website. I think it's a different website though. They do not give me a affiliate code for displayed, but whatever. I'm not going to push it hard. It feels like working for the man, but if anyone is interested in this stuff, if they think that's a pretty sweet Screamer Killer shirt, I can give you an affiliate code, and it'll help the channel, which I'm all for. Okay. I think that's all I have Steam for tonight. I think sitting in a chair is starting to get to me. Here's a awesome Gene Stealer Cult Primark with a puny little human for scale reference. Will, Kajan, Shane, thank you for joining this evening.
Yeah,
Thank
as
you
always.
for having me.
I'll look forward to speaking with you again in 2 weeks. I don't have any more surgeries coming up or weird trips that should get in the way, so that makes me happy. And oh, it's Nidvember if you're celebrating. As Will said, I always mean to do something for Nidvember, and for some reason I always fail. But yeah, Nidvember. Hopefully you're having a good Nidvember. We're probably gonna like review Nidvember on the next Creature Conference stream, but we'll see how that goes when it goes. But yeah, I hope everyone's working on some cool projects. Even if you're not working on Nidvember, I hope you're getting inspired. I feel like I'm sometimes more inspired to do hobby in the winter months because it's like cold in Canada and whatever, and good time to be inside working on stuff. So we'll see how that goes. But I've got some pictures I'm going to share soon of some finished Tyranid stuff that I figured out. And yeah, take it from there. So, oh, and thanks to everyone in the chat for joining us. It was great to have so many of you here. I hope you guys do well, and I'll talk to you later. Shane, Will, Kajan, good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Night. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.